My parents said that they thought that it was safe to leave my 4-year-old son at home alone. I don't know what to do. I am just fuming and going crazy because my mom and my dad left my son at home alone. He is 4 years old. So I left my son at my parents' to spend the night with them, not for childcare, but because he just likes to spend time with his grandparents and his uncles, and usually do this every couple weeks. This day, I was on my way to pick up my son from my parents' house, and my mom called me saying that they needed to leave the house and run somewhere, and my son was refusing to put his shoes on, so they said that they would just leave him there with the door unlocked so that I could come in and get him. At this point, I was about 30 minutes away from their house. Obviously, I told them not to leave him at their house and take him where they were headed to because I had to pass this place anyways to get to their house to get him. I get a call about 5 minutes later and they said they had to leave the house. My son was refusing to put his shoes on, so they just left him there. Well, I immediately saw red at that point and I started screaming and hysterically crying with them on the phone, saying that they better go back and get my son or I'm calling the police immediately. You obviously cannot leave a 4-year-old at home alone. I'm baffled. They did thankfully end up going back and getting him, so he was only home for about 5 to 10 minutes by himself. But my mom just kept repeatedly saying to me that I'm stressing her out and that they have a ring camera so that they can see who comes in and out of the house, but obviously they can't see inside the house where my son is. And later that day, my mom calls me screaming and crying at me, saying that I was stressing her out so bad and what was my problem, blah, blah, blah. Honestly, I really want to call the police, but obviously it's my mom, and I feel like it's just gonna worsen the family dynamics that already aren't great anyways. They're extremely toxic parents as it is, and honestly, I really want to cut ties with them. Any advice is appreciated because I don't really know what to do at this point.